Hey, good afternoon. I want to touch briefly about the right to a speedy trial and what that is. It is a freedom that is guaranteed by our state and federal constitutions that a person accused of a crime will have an opportunity within a reasonable amount of time to have an impartial jury weigh the merit of the allegations against them. And why that's important is because it's something that comes up from time to time in really any practice, because I think that as citizens, until we're familiar with our system of justice, there's a great deal of confusion about our system of justice because, let's face it, it's complicated. I was touching on the fact that our system of justice can be complicated, and while I absolutely agree that that is true, the complications, if you break them down into understandable concepts, they become something that really every citizen can ascertain. The history of the Sixth Amendment is critical to understand why the Founding Fathers put so many protections within it regarding to the justice system. It is more than an amendment protecting the right to quick justice, but it's an amendment that protects for us and for our grandchildren the right to be judged by your peers instead of by the judges who at that time, remember back then under the Empire of Britain, judges were appointed by the king and they were essentially royalty, and there was a great feeling of mistrust between the citizenry and the lords who were judges over them because the perception at that time was that that justice system was skewed in favor of the crown and against the people. And you know, obviously one of the things that our Founding Fathers fixed with our new nation is that judges were no longer titled, landed aristocrats. And in fact, no one was. Aristocracy, the idea of nobility, and because your father had some divine gift from on high, your father's 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 father, therefore you were the ruler of an entire empire or a small farm, and therefore you could appoint a friend to sit in judgment of others. There was mistrust in that justice system by our citizenry, and that's one of the reasons why the Founding Fathers were so diligent in the creation of protections for the justice system, but in particular the Sixth Amendment.